it's the whole season.
I'll be watching the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta tweet out. Well, actually, we gotta go live first. Go ahead. Excuse me.
Okay, we should be live now.
Did I get the notification? I did indeed. Oh wow, there's like a minimal delay. Cool. Did you miss us? Well, we are back. Starting off this week with the hashtag Bento. Oh, that's all caps. Don't want that. Bento Boxcast. Hashtag podcast. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Attack on Titan. Episode 11. Hashtag my dress up darling. Episode 11. Fooly cooly. Is that a hashtag? It is. Seasons coming. Hashtag spring 2022. Anime lineup and more. Pink. Oh wow. Bing, 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 bing. How'd I put the ant sign?
So how was it? How was it for you guys going to see Jujutsu Kaisen?
Dude, it was so much fun. I like I said, I had like a lot of like what's it called? I had a lot of stuff on Twitter saying like, "Oh man, this movie was mid and blah blah blah." But then as I was reading into it, apparently people thought it was mid because they didn't understand the importance of the movie and like I guess like the groundwork it was like leaving.
Wow. How did I not see that? Like, how did I not see that?
Also, I think the stream crashed.
No.
Did it?
Yeah, because we're like frozen. At least on my screen. I don't know if it's
On my screen it froze too.
Is it still doing it?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh.
Oh, now it's not.
It's fine now?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, we're back.
Cool. Yeah, we're back. Okay. But yeah, yeah, I don't know how people didn't see that. That like it's clearly like yeah, it was a prequel, but they're clearly like setting things up and they're giving us a lot more information that we didn't get from
first season.
From the first season.
Hi,
Recent.
Recent.
Hello.
Let me see. Let me lower the volume there.
Just let me know when to start, and I'll play the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I'm kind of conflicted because it's a really good movie, but like I don't know. I have my
I'm like genuinely intrigued into hearing why you thought it was mid.
I didn't. Well, it's not mid. That's the one thing I want to like make sure to. I want you guys to understand. Like, it's not mid. It's like Mugen Train is just like a little bit above Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen was great. It was a really good movie. The animation was top fucking tier. It was amazing. Like, I think of my favorite like fight scene or like section of a fight was when Gojo was beating the shit out of that one guy. He was just whooping dude's ass. Like he was using no specials. He was just beating the shit out of this one other dude. I was like, this is some cool shit. Like, it's so fucking fluid. Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like he was hitting him with the combo. You know, he was hitting him like you give him like a 6-piece. It was fucking badass. Like, I loved it. It's just that, like, I guess I'll rant a little bit and kind of get my complaints out the way, so you guys kind of get an idea what I'm talking about. So, like, the reason that, like, this is more okay. So, Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, it kind of felt like it was almost like they were reintroducing the show to us again, because it had a similar setup to what's his name? I forgot the main character.
Story.
Yeah, right. Because like this the guy he had a special power, curse, whatever. They were gonna kill him, but then Gojo got on the way. He's like, hey, no, I'll take care of it. And then the guys were like, hey, just to let you know, his execution is just on hold. That doesn't mean we're not going to kill him just because you're doing your own thing right now with him, right? And then Gojo's like, oh, those old people, they don't understand us. I'm like, this is the same shit that happened in the first season, just with a different character.
That's kind of the point.
Right, but the thing is that like, it followed the similar beats that the first season did, with just a different character. And I was just like, we already went through this. Like I just felt like it was retelling. We were retreading the same ground again, right? And I get it's a different character, and I kind of get like a Naruto Sasuke vibe between Yuta and Itadori. I kind of felt like it's gonna be kind of like that dynamic, like where they're like, I don't say they're best friends, but like they're like, hey, this is one guy went this path, this guy went this another path, and they kind of like similar starts type of thing, whatever. I just that was, and then also like they had. They did a couple. This is a little bit more of a nitpick, but like, they did a couple of flashbacks at the beginning to shit that was already in the movie that we just saw like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, we just saw that scene. Why are you flashbacking to that scene that we just saw? Like, I don't know. That kind of annoyed me a little bit. But that's my only real complaints. Like, again, it's a fucking great movie. I love the action. I love what they're setting up, because like it's now we know who the person is that they mentioned at the beginning of the
first season, where they're like, yo, like, yeah, we have another like second year, but he's just not here right now.
He's not here right now. So yeah.
Also, did you guys stay to the end of the movie for the ending cutscene? Okay, cool.
So I was like, that confused me. Like, okay, so that's where he was, but like,
no, dude. Oh, what? Okay, the reason why I say this, and it's kind of a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not like I'm gonna get into like why it's a spoiler. But let's just say Itadori and Fushiguro, or I think that's his name, right? The black-haired guy.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's Fushiguro.
That's what I call him.
Megumi, yeah. So Megumi and Yuji, they're currently on a mission, and they're gonna meet Yuta for the first time.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So like, but I'm not gonna say like obviously why, but like yeah, like their paths are gonna intercross, whatever the fuck, like right now, because they're kind of in like a really big thing. So like it's really cool. So like, because I saw the manga, because I got to the most recent chapter, I was like, what the fuck? Because it just blew my mind. And then I want to go see the movie, and now I have even more questions. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I really like that movie, because it just kind of made me more intrigued in the story.
Right.
But
and like,
again, you can't really know that unless you're reading the manga, which is why people are like, they understand why some people weren't like, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's clear they're setting things up, right? And then that's the whole point of that stinger, is to question things more, like why was he with that one guy that they were fighting? He was just kind of chilling out, eating food with him, and then Gojo shows up. Like, what's going on with that, right? Of course, that's great. That was awesome. What's a great stinger? Again, overall, a great movie, and it's pretty cool to kind of see. It's kind of cool. Like, we almost kind of had a whole story just following Yuta, and he could have been like the main character. But it's Itadori who we're following, right? Like he's the actual main character, which is great. Awesome movie. The animation was great. We got to see more backstory of like other characters that we like. There was a cool cameo for the other school. I love Toga. He's fucking hilarious. Just like he's the best.
Toro, yeah.
Yeah, Toro. I'm sorry, Toro. And then like, and the whole thing with the main bad guy. I forgot his name. The guy with the black hair. Like the main bad guy of the fucking movie. We got to see like him and Gojo have they have history together. Like that's fucking cool to see. Like it was great stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of it. It's just that with Mugen Train, and the reason why I enjoyed Mugen Train more, and don't, I'm not gonna say it's the animation because that fucking CGI with the train was complete dog shit. But
I was about to say, if one of your reasons was animation, I would have been
it's
super
not.
pissed.
It's
I'd be
not.
like, that is so bad.
I did like the Rengoku fight scene, just because it was a little more flashy. But but overall animation, overall fight scenes, overall choreography, everything, just Jujutsu Kaisen is just doing it on a whole nother level, right? But with Mugen Train, first it was a continuation of the story, right? So everything we saw, it was new. It pushed the story forward, complete 100%. They didn't retread any ground. It wasn't, they didn't give us information of stuff that already happened. All this shit was new. On top of that, the main reason why Mugen Train, like, it was just like, this is just a little bit cut above Jujutsu Kaisen. It's the whole thing where Rengoku, like, we fell in love with him, right? He was fucking awesome with his introduction and everything, right? He's like delicious. He's fucking eating food. It was hilarious. He was a badass. You can, like, this whole movie, he was a badass. He took in the three main guys, like, hey, I'll be the big bro. I'm gonna show you guys how to do things. I'm gonna show you guys how to do everything. At the end of the fucking train fight scene, they stop the train demon, right? And what I forgot his fucking name. The main guy, he I don't know if you remember, but he's bleeding internally. He has a cut inside himself, and then he's legit already doing the big brother role. He's like, hey, so you're breathing down, relax, can get to control your body, you can heal yourself. You just gotta calm down. He's already teaching him shit off the bat once he got off the train, and you're thinking, well, Hector, you already know what happens afterwards, but for people who don't know, right? We're like, okay, this is the end of the story, right? This is the end of the movie. They got off to finish the fighting the train demon. Everything's cool. The people are gonna thank them. They're like, no problem, bro. And the bird's gonna come and be like, hey, you gotta go fight all the demon over here. And then they're gonna fuck off, right? Like, that's what we expected. And then the upper three demon comes in and fucking murders Rengoku, a character that we fell in love with, and we're ready to see more of him. And he fucking dies there. He doesn't get to be the big bro. He doesn't get to show them and train them and shit. He sacrifices himself, and then the fucking asshole upper three demon gets away, and he fucking chickens out and leaves. He doesn't stay for the fight at the end. Like, it was such an emotional fucking roller coaster of that, like, swerve at the end of that movie. I legit cried when Goku was dying and he saw his mother saying, like, hey, son, time to come home, baby. You did your best. You're done suffering now. Like, it legit moved my fucking soul, and that's why Mugen Train is better.
I 100% saw it coming. Where you're gonna say that's the reason why I like it better. Like, I understand that scene was fucking dope. But if we're going overall movie, this is just me speaking from my side. I just feel like the Jujutsu Kaisen movie was more holistically better than that one. Because of the animation,
I can see that.
Because of the story.
I can see that.
Like, I just think holistically it's better. Now, if we're getting down to like the main shit where, like, if we put up Yuta and like him giving up, spoilers, his life in exchange to like gain the power.
He still
but
got
no,
stuck
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
around.
if we're doing that part, right, where it's like that versus Rengoku and his final his final fight, 100% that Rengoku fight was better.
That was a good one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it wasn't,
however, I'm saying, like, animation, I still think the Yuta fight was better.
Right. The animation, Jujutsu Kaisen animation was way better than Mugen Train. It's just that specific story beat of what happened, because, like, we didn't expect that. Again, like, Hector, you read the manga. People who read the manga already was coming, but for myself who did not know what was happening next, the way they fought the big bad of the movie, it was like, hey, we defeated the train demon. Okay, cool, we're done. The movie's gonna wrap up, and then they swerve you. They throw it takes a left turn, and then you lose a favorite character of this, one of the favorite characters of the story. Like, he dies there. That's so fucking like, it's such a fucking twist that you don't see coming. That, like, it literally, I'm telling you, like, I straight up cried, and that's why I put it over. Like, overall, yes, the production, the animation, everything is better on the Jujutsu Kaisen side, but me personally, emotionally, just the way that I felt watching it, it's Mugen Train all the way.
Okay, like I said, that's definitely a prevalent opinion. But Renee, for sure, we're already talking about it now.
I was gonna tell Rafa, like, is it like Jujutsu Kaisen the movie? Like, there wasn't like any elements of like surprise. Like, you already kind of knew that. Like, oh, okay,
yeah, because, like, it's first of all, it's a prequel, right? So
right.
all the all these characters other than Yuta, we know they're gonna come around. You know they're sticking around, right? Because they showed all the characters. They even had the cameos of the other characters, shit like that. So like we saw everybody who we're used to seeing, other than Itatori and like the other two, right? So like there was no real. I feel like there was no real weight to it, right? Like there was like, oh, I know they're gonna be okay, other than Yuta. I was just wondering like, where's Yuta gonna fit in, into the story after all this? Like, is he just gonna fuck off, or? But now we know he's actually gonna be a part of the story. So like that was cool to see. It's just like it just kind of felt like a special episode. Like they were setting things up for the future. Like, hey, here's some background information on these characters. It's cool to see that you know where they come from. You know how they were interacting with each other before the main story came along. And hey, remember this one character was mentioned? Well, this is his backstory. Check him out. Can't wait to see him in season 2, right, everybody? And look at this crazy stinger. What does this mean? So it's like,
well, he won't be in season 2. It'll be a while till we get there.
Well, but you know what I mean.
It'll be a fat minute before we get there.
But you know what I mean, right? Like they're setting things up for the future, which is cool to see and everything. But like, and none of it really like moved me. Nothing caught me by surprise. He went through this training arc. He got stronger. He was able to use his curse to a certain extent, and then he's like, hey. Then he did the whole thing like, hey, I'll sacrifice myself and so I can use your powers. And then at the end, he didn't die from it. His curse was like, hey, don't worry about it. I'll see you next time. I'm out of here. You can keep doing your thing.
That wasn't emotional to you though?
Like, if he would have died, then I would have been like, okay, that's different. But like, he didn't die. He just.
Well, okay. Oh, hold on. Me and Rafa are going in circles with our points.
Yeah.
Since we're already going into it, we might as well continue it, right? Renee, what did you think of the movie? Like, did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you feel the same way as Rafa? Do you like Mugen Train better?
I really enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've seen the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen, so like it was just really nice to like see all the characters, and definitely like seeing more of Yuta. Like I knew that this was a prequel. So, like, just seeing more of him and, like, what his story was and how he, was going to play in this world. So, I really enjoyed it. I thought the animation was great. I actually I think we got IMAX tickets. And I did that just because I've had a lot of bad luck watching anime films in theaters. Like, the audio quality was always, like, shit. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm going to pay a little bit more because I really love the animation of Jujutsu. And I just want to pay for a better experience. And it was worth it. Like, I feel like, especially in a lot of the fighting scenes, just like the sound quality, like it just added to everything. And I was just so into it. So I really enjoyed it. My only thing that I would say was I felt like the pacing of this movie was very fast. Like I think I wanted to see more of like Yuta's development, but you got a glimpse of him in the beginning. He didn't really know how to control Rika, and then all of a sudden he's like just this badass and like can use all these different kinds of techniques, which I understand. Like he's the chosen one, so he was always special. But I guess I would have liked to see more of that process. But that's just me. But overall, I thought it was really good. It's definitely a must see. It broke records in Japan. It's breaking records here in the US, and I think everyone who's a fan should definitely go watch it. So
yeah,
I mean,
it's a good movie.
100%
It was
agree.
great. Like, by the way, really, the scene where Yuta kisses Rika when like Rika's in like a demon form or whatever. You guys remember that, like at the end?
Yeah, that was really weird.
He kissed it.
So
Someone next to me went, "What the fuck?" loud as fuck, and everybody started cracking up.
Nah, in my theater, I went with my sister, and when that scene came on, me and my sister Audrey went, "Ugh." We said it low, and then you hear somebody else go, and everybody started cracking up hard as hell.
Yeah,
like we were just like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Wait." And then it got even weirder when like when Rika transformed back to her child self, and I was like,
Well, she a ghost.
Oh, good point. I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, whatever. But I mean, I really like the big reveal of like Yuta being a distant relative to like one of like the greatest sorcerers in the
That was
past,
cool.
and also technically I think it was like a second cousin or some shit like that to Gojo. Which
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, that's
They're
It's
cool.
like
it's cool to
distant
see that
relatives.
even though he doesn't have Rika anymore to like for that power, like he has that in like in himself to be able to achieve that power because he's the one that cursed her. Like that was like the whole twist about it.
Mhm.
So like you can tell like he's gonna be a very strong character in the story whenever he shows up. It sounds
Yeah,
like he's
so like
barely showing up now in the manga or the manga.
yeah,
Should I
so
say?
like he barely showed up in the manga right now, and what's crazy is like it kind of clicks some stuff together because they're like, oh, why is he like missing? You know, why is he not here? Because they didn't really explain it in the first season of the anime and also in the like the beginning of the manga. And it like it finally clicked when I watched the movie at the end because you know how like he's in Africa at the very end and he's with the chef guy. Um, if you remember like and go back, they said that certain sorcerers get called to go on missions,
Yes.
and they get like specially requested. So it's like if you put two and two together, it's like, oh, the reason why Yuta's not there is because he's getting requested back to back to go on different missions, and so because he's a special grade sorcerer like Geto, like Gojo, and like Itadori, like he's really strong that he can go do a lot of the stuff by himself and no need to worry. So like that's why where he's at in the manga right now, you're just like, oh shit, this must have been a like mission that he got asked to go on. So it's like it's
So
kind of cool because
it kind of
it
sounds
gets people
like
excited.
they're keeping him busy so they could go fuck up the school, the other guys. That's what it sounds
Oh,
like to
like
me.
yeah, like the old people and shit.
No, not the old people, but the main bad guy. You know, like him.
Oh yeah, well, never mind. I was about to say something I shouldn't have, but yeah, no, don't.
Yeah,
You're kind of there, but like not
that's what
really.
it sounds like to me.
Uh,
Like oh, this guy's really strong. Let's get him out of the picture so we go mess with Editori and them, so he won't be in
But isn't
yeah.
in the
that
way.
like what's isn't that like what season 2? I don't know, like I like when you look at the poster, well not so much about Yuta, but like there's a certain person who's not like on the poster for season 2. And I wonder like is that because like they're keeping him busy so they can like attack the school? Like
What
is that
person?
kind of
Oh,
well
I gotta look it
Gojo.
up.
Gojo's not on the key visual
Oh,
for
yeah,
season
yeah, yeah,
2.
yeah, yeah.
Is that like I don't know, like
It's like well, that's definitely a
I
good
don't want to
shit that
spoil,
you.
but
It's a good shit that you peeped it, but it's like more like usually with key visuals, they try to show you kind of the main people that are gonna be in the season. So like
okay.
you know the like the people that they're gonna have
I just
revolving around the like the
wonder,
story.
yeah, wonder where he's at. I mean, well, what's the plan? You know, it's
Yeah,
not
true,
there.
very
But
true.
anyways,
Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll definitely include all that bits of Jujutsu Kaisen talk. But we might as well just intro the pod now. So Rafa, give me a little bit of quick beat for me. Drop the needle, whatever it is.
That was a long intro.
I mean, it's a good one though. If people like the beginning of the title says Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, so they'll get what they want immediately.
Right, exactly. Rest in peace, Rengoku. He was the homie.
oh my god, talking about Mugen Train.
Yeah, you're right. So we'll get you.
And there we go. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Bento Boxcast. We are here coming at you live and direct on our YouTube channel. So if you would love to be a part of the community conversation live stream, definitely check us out. We are at Geek Jar Podcast on YouTube, so definitely check that out. All the links will be in the description to the Spotify and you know whatever we are on Anchor.com, as well as I mean you'll see it down below. Just subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified for every single time we go live, every single time we upload a video here on the channel. But yeah, we're back. This is episode. I literally wrote the title
42.
and completely forgot. 42. Thank you, Renee. Episode 42 of the Bento Boxcast. I know what you're thinking, guys. You come in spewing all this review talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. No spoiler warning at the beginning. Oops, my bad. We were just excited to talk about it. But we've been missing. We've been gone for like 3 weeks now. So it's been a lonely month. I'm sorry, guys. We were just kind of getting our bearings together. A lot of real life stuff is kind of popping off right now. So we just needed to reevaluate everything we wanted to do for Geek Jar, and so now we're finally back. We're chilling. We're vibing. I'll announce it now here as well. But for the time being, we are for sure doing 2 podcasts every week. So it's gonna be Bento, and it's gonna be Plan Pod. The third one is in limbo right now. We have to decide what we're gonna do with it, aka Panel Pals. But stay tuned. Check out our Twitter. We'll talk probably about this again on the Plan Pod later this week. So just for those wondering, that's kind of what we're moving forward with. So yeah. But besides that, clearly our anime week has been very busy. But besides the movie, Renee, Rafa, how has your month of anime been? We'll go with that instead.
It's been pretty good. I'm kind of getting into Dr. Stone right now.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I like
It
that.
came out of nowhere.
I know it. Like I was on Crunchyroll one day, and I'm like, I'm bored. What should I watch? And I was just scrolling. And I was like, I keep saying Dr. Stone. Let me just try it out. And I watched the first episode. I liked it. The main guy kind of annoyed me a little bit. The smart guy. He was so cocky or whatever. But he kind of won me over. Afterwards, like in a few, I'm on episode 6, I think. And he kind of won me over after a certain point. The other guy, the idiot one, he's kind of annoying because he's so loud. He's always yelling.
That's like his friend, right?
Yeah, it's friend.
Like,
He calls him
yeah.
like a big gorilla or oaf or some shit like that. But like, I don't know. It's funny. I like that. I like the whole science things. Like, oh, I'm gonna change the world with science, and it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I don't know. Like, at one point I almost dropped it because like they saved this one guy. Well, he was saying like, oh, he's the strongest high school ever, and then he punched a lion and killed it with one punch. I was like, what am I watching? How did he just kill
and
this?
your realistic shit, dude.
But then you're right.
It's not realistic.
But then I realized, wait, this high schooler is this genius kid with this amazing brain or whatever. So like, if I can accept this kid from being like fucking this genius smart ass kid, then I can accept this guy punching this lion and killing it in one go. So I got over it. But yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's cool, and I'm liking it. Yeah,
I dropped it after the first season, so I want to see if you continue it. I kind of just fell out of love with Dr. Stone.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I like the whole science thing, and like, I don't know if it's true or not, but the way they explain shit, I'm like, hey, this sounds like it.
No, it is.
It sounds
like,
true.
They fact check their science. No, they really do.
Yeah,
so it's kind of cool.
Job.
So
I saw the first episode.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and yeah, I don't know. It's enjoyable. It's something when I go to watch every once in a while when I'm like not watching other stuff, and I'm also still watching the guy who turns into a girl, the knockout one.
I thought you were about to say Platinum End.
No, I stopped watching that. I stopped watching it completely. Yeah, I kind of just forgot, and then I was just like, well, fuck it, So
like, oh well.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So I started watching that, but yeah, the guy transferred to the fancy knockout one, the one that I keep talking about. I'm still watching that. It's still pretty funny, pretty good stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I've been watching. Oh,
okay. How about you, Renee?
Oh, hold on.
One more.
Go ahead.
Classic
Go
Rafa.
ahead. Take it away.
And Kanto was a good movie. Anime of the year.
I wish it just stopped him in his tracks.
That actually came out last year. And that shit was good. It's good.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's good.
I heard it's not as good as Coco. We don't need to get
if you say it's better than Coco, you're capping hard.
You haven't seen it, bro. How can you say that?
Oh, you never seen Coco?
Everybody, no, I've seen Coco. Everybody I ask if it's better than Coco, they always say no.
So. I have to think about that because I cried in both, so I have to kind of like put my.
All right, well, this
list.
isn't a Disney movie podcast, okay?
Yeah.
I let you throw that curveball in there, but keep it on the wraps, buddy.
We don't talk about Bruno, no.
Okay.
Let's go, baby.
Renee, how was your anime month?
I'll take it away. So I've been watching not the stuff I'm supposed to be watching for winter. I'm a little behind on some of my stuff, but it's okay. It's not like I have not been watching anime. I have been, just one in particular. I been watching Haiku this whole time, and I finally just finished like season 4. I think like a couple days ago. And I'm wearing my like Karasuno jersey that Alex got me because I'm
That's
such a
awesome.
fan.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that literally took my whole time, like all the free time I had. I literally just watched Haiku like during my lunch breaks, before I went to bed, when I woke up. Like it was literally part of my life. And now I'm sad. But now I'm gonna try to, and I've been catching up with like the shows that we're watching, together. But it's such a good show. I highly recommend. It was technically like my first sports anime. And I'm glad I picked it because, well, technically Hector, you had recommended it, and then I just ended up being hooked.
It's
but yeah,
crazy.
it is
Like
so good.
you're coming in and checking out these shows for these specific genres, and you're starting at the top, and you're watching like the best of the best.
I've only watched top tier, like Horimiya,
Horimiya,
Haiku.
yeah. So like, it's all downfall
Mhm.
from here. You're just gonna be watching garbage from here on out.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
was telling Renee
Yeah.
like before you
It's pretty
joined and
tough.
before the podcast started, I was like, yeah, so any other sports anime you find, it will never
It's
amount to
never gonna
Haikyuu.
amount to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
Never.
it sucks.
It's
Like
gonna be
I
tough.
would
To hear
love
that.
something that is as good as Haikyuu, but it's everything I've tried. The Ace of whatever Diamonds, like the basketball one, the tennis, Yuri on Ice, all these other crazy ones, like nothing will be ever as good
You're
as
an Ice
Haikyuu.
is pretty beloved though.
No,
It's
no, I'm not saying
not,
it's beloved, but like it's not as loved as Haikyuu.
it's not. Yeah, it's not at the level of Haikyuu. But it is that
It's,
you might like that one. I feel like that one would be a pretty decent contender.
it's newer, right? When did that one come out?
You're nice. I think
I'm pretty sure it's been around for
is.
years.
It was
Oh.
nominated. It was nominated for
Let me see.
Anime of the Year a few times, I think, or
Oh.
like
I've
for
heard
like
of
the
it.
awards. It's an ice skating anime.
Mm-hmm.
It came out in 2016.
Oh, why did I think it came out like recent?
It only has one season.
Yeah.
Oh, only one season? Oh, that's crazy. I wonder
I
what
don't know.
season it came out in.
I feel like that would be like a good like
If
sophomore.
I wanted to get into
you
another
know,
one.
like yeah, like a good follow up.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know You're on Ice is beloved, but it's definitely like
Not as
it's
Well,
also
yeah.
it's also made by
Method.
Studio Mappa. So
The animation is like really
Oh.
really good.
yeah.
It's just again, yeah, like I was saying, like you're starting off at the top, and like
Mhm,
it's
mhm.
funny because like I feel like for most people, especially like well, I feel like for me, I don't know about Hector, but like we started at the bottom and kind of like worked our way through a bunch of garbage, and you're so privileged. You're a privileged anime viewer.
Yeah, no. I started with the basketball one, and then I went to the
Yeah.
baseball one, and then I went to the soccer one, and I was like,
Mhm.
yo, all this shit is trash. Then I heard like little chirps and stuff over the interwebs, like, hey man, Haikyuu's phenomenal.
The
Check it out.
the bike one, the bike pedaling one.
Oh, fuck the bike pedaling one.
Yeah.
That one's
No.
so trash.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
check out
sounds-
Haikyuu, check out Haikyuu, and I instantly fell in love. Also,
No, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I remember like people being obsessed for Haiku. I know that it came out several years ago, and I remember like people just being hyped. Like I remember seeing like just the merch, and like everyone was just so into it. And then I found out that it was a sports anime, and I'm just like, man, that sounds whack. Like I'm not gonna whatever. I probably wouldn't, even till this day. I would say I probably wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't recommended to me on this pod.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The pod's
Mhm.
changing lives. You'll
Oh, yeah,
love
it
to
is.
see it.
Love
But I actually did a little bit of research, and apparently You're on Ice first came out in the fall 2016 anime season, and it was at the same time the third season of Haikyuu came out when they were fighting against Shiro Torizawa. So that is tough to go
That's a
up
tough one.
against. That was also the same time that Bungo Stray Dogs season 2 came out, which that was really beloved.
Well, it kind of gives Yuri a nice their praise because it's still
loved at the same
it's
time
still
that like
yeah
the third
like
season was out.
it went up
I'm gonna
against
watch it.
the third season of Haikyuu, and it's still remembered. It still it has its fan base or whatever. So I would say check it out. You might enjoy
I probably will.
I actually thoroughly remember this season. I'm looking at like the anime that came out in the fall 2016, like Bungo Stray Dogs, the Kiss Me Not or Kiss Him Not Me, the Reverse Harem. Do you remember the anime Keijo, Rafa? The one where like the girls are above water and they're like fighting with their
stupid ass
body
anime,
parts. Yeah, that weird ass anime. Nanbaka, and then San Euphorium 2. Like yeah, like there's a lot of these like these big animes. Oh, www.waganaria. That one anime that you like. But yeah, so that was a pretty banger year for anime. But I swear I had a list to tell me what we were going to talk about. Yeah, so I told you guys about why we've been AFK for a while. We talked about Jujutsu Kaisen. We might as well think forward now, right, guys? And look at the spring 2022 anime lineup. Normally we give you guys like this big in-depth reasoning as to what we'll be watching and why, but for the sake of time, right? We've been gone. We gotta catch up to everything we gotta catch up to. We're gonna give you just our list of anime we will be watching. Some might be short, some might be long. This anime season seems to be very catered towards Rafa and his likings.
Yes.
However, I still managed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 anime.
Oh my
more
gosh,
than me. You have more than me. How?
My goodness.
I can honestly. I
drop
know
all of
why.
them.
I'm probably gonna drop some of them. But well, okay. Since apparently I have more than everybody else, I might as well just go first.
Go ahead, take it away.
Starting off the list, we'll go with so I'll skip that one because that's the one I'm most excited for. So first up on the list is Spy X Family. Then we also have Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. We have The Greatest Demon Lord is Reborn as a Typical Nobody. We also have I'm Quitting Heroing. That's it. That's the title. The next one is Trapped in a Dating Sim. The World of what is this thing called? The World The World of Otome Games is Tough for Mobs. Then we have The Dawn of the Witch, Summertime Rendering, The Executioner and Her Way of Life, and the one I am most excited for is obviously The Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2. So that is my list of 9 anime. Whoever wants to go next, feel free to go.
I guess I'll go next. So what I have is I have a couple here. I'll start with this one. A Couple of Cuckoos. It's like comedy, romance. It looks, I don't know. I'm interested to see what's it about. You know, it's. I'm gonna check it out, but I don't know how I feel about it yet. You know, but you know, it's there. It's there, right? Love After World Domination. It's a superhero. It looks like a Power Ranger dude gonna be going out with like a villain. It looks hilarious. Like it's a comedy romance. I feel like that's gonna be really fun. Definitely into that one. Summertime Rendering. Reading the description, it kind of reminds me of Onoha, where like the whole ghost like friend thing is going on. That's what it's kind of reminded me of. So if it's anywhere as good as that, like I'm really gonna enjoy that. Daimyon, I don't know how to say that. It's a slice of life. The daughter, she wants to be like a chef, like her dad, and everybody thinks she's like a prodigy. It looks like a slice of life type shit. So something that I think I'll like a lot. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. Ooh. Let's see what that's about. It's another slice of life romance comedy. You know, it's we talked about this before. I think we did a little bit. Spy Family, of course. You know, I feel like this is the one. I don't know if Renee's into this one, but I know me and Hector, we talked about this one before. Spy Family looks like a lot of fun. Of course, Comin Can't Communicate Season 2. I love Season 1. It was great, funny stuff. Can't wait to see where they go on from there. And the one show that I'm looking forward to the most, I can't find the English title for this. But it's Aharen-san wa Hakarenai. Butchered the shit out of that. But it looks like a comedy slice of life thing. It kind of reminds me of like Senpai's Annoying, but without the romance. Like they're just like, hey, we're just gonna get silly with it, just pure comedy. Let's go. I'm with that. I really like the trailer for this. It got me really hyped for it. So
Wait, which one is it? Is it the one with like the little purple-haired girl on the guy's shoulders?
yeah,
That's the one. Okay, that one is called Aharin-san wa Hakarinari.
yeah. So
Okay.
it kind of got me. It kind of got me similar vibes like Somebody's Annoying, but without the romance. Like just straight comedy. Just get silly with it. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it because yeah, I already complained about the Senpai's Annoying on here, so and how they tricked me. So that's what I got going on.
Okay, well, Renee, take it away.
Okay, so I am a little scared about this season. I'm not really sure. I can't really say like there's one I'm looking forward to the most. I just kind of have to just give these shows a try and see if any of them, I don't know if I like any of them. But like you guys said a lot of these already. I have the Spy X Family on my list. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie on my list. Summertime Rendering. Yeah, I read the synopsis and I think maybe I'm a little bit more interested in that one over the other ones the most, but once again, I don't know. I have Black Rock Shooter Dawnfall. And once again, these are just shows that like I was just reading the like summary and they just seemed like the story seemed interesting. And then
is that like a season 2? Because I remember that having a season beforehand.
You know, it probably is. That was like my issue. There was like shows I was coming across, and I was like, "Ooh, that sounds cool." And then it's like, "Oh, it's season 2, season 3."
I remember Black Rock Shooter being pretty cool though, so you might might check out the first season. I did.
It doesn't say it's another like a new season. It just says episode 1. Premieres
it's his
in
own
12 days.
Yeah, maybe it's like
another story
retelling. Yeah, because there's definitely a TV show that came out a few years ago.
Okay, I wonder. Yeah, because it's titled like Dawn Fall, so maybe it's like a separate storyline or something. I don't know. It's on my list. We'll see. And then one that I don't know if I'm gonna like it. It looked cool. The Trapped in a Dating Sim, The World of Otami. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like that one, but it looked cool. Like the visuals looked cool. So once again, I don't know, guys.
Yeah, I mean, if it's anything like this, like past season, I really hope it's not, because man, a lot of the shows this season were very disappointing. I can say confidently, I dropped like 80% on my list.
Me too.
So like, oof, that's not good. That's not a good telling, especially from somebody who like avidly watches anime like that. But yeah, that's just kind of what it is. That's what we're looking forward to in the spring 2022 season. So if you are also thinking about like, hey, what should I watch this season? There you go. Those are our picks. Follow along with us, see what we all decide to watch. It looks like next season's anime that we'll be reviewing every week is going to be Spy X Family. So that's very cool. We're really excited about that. And yeah, with that being said, we might as well now look at this past week's Week 10's top 10 anime of the week for the time period of March 11th to March 18th, 2022. These are all pretty much, I believe, like episode 10s for a lot of these animes. The number of people that voted on this list was 18,778 respondents. And so this is coming straight from Anime Corner. We're just gonna go straight with the number 10. We have teasing Master Takagi-san going up from rank 12 to rank 10. At number 9, going up from rank 16 to number 9, Princess Connect Redive Season 2. Going down from rank 5 to number 8, we have Sabuki Bisco. Big Sage. Going in from rank 6 to rank 7, or going down rather, from rank 6 to rank 7, we have My Dress Up Darling. How I loathe Anime Corner.
This is episode. This is not the newest one. This is 10.
Yeah, the newest episode is very spicy, but I can guarantee that it's not gonna go up. I can guarantee that it's not gonna go up on this Anime Corner list. Yeah, 100%. If they're downplaying it to like number 7, like I have no faith in this list for My Dress Up Darling. At number 6, going down 2 ranks, previously was number 4. We have Ranking of Kings. So it looks like Ranking of Kings in the past few weeks has been going on a downtrend. Sucks to see. Dropping down from rank number 3 all the way to rank 5, we have Life with an Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout. Going up 3 spots, which I love to see because I love this anime. At number 4 from number 7, we have The Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. Great anime. Absolutely love it. Dropping down from rank 2 down to number 3 on the list. The Case Study of Vanitas Part 2. At least it's still top 3. That's crazy to see, but I know we've been gone for 3 weeks, guys, so maybe this changed. But at number 2, we have Attack on Titan's final season, part 2, dropping down a whole rank this week. Looks like a lot of people are not liking Attack on Titan. And the number 1 show this week is 86 part 2, episode 10. Wow, that's 86 is getting a lot of hype as of late, and I'm not gonna lie, 86 is number 1.
I have a question. It says new entry,
Right,
so it wasn't ranking at all.
So it was previously. They definitely were ranking it. I think new entry means it gets new to number 1.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's it because 86 has been airing for a while.
Okay.
So it's still continue airing?
Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Oh no, I guess it just started this week.
Yeah,
because I looked at last week's episode. That's crazy.
Wow, it's starting at the end.
That's weird.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, it literally just started this week. Never mind.
So it's part of the new season then.
Yeah, sort of, kind of. It's like in that weird spot as a Demon Slayer was. Yeah. Also, I'm looking back at like the previous episodes. Apparently, Dress Up Darling went up to number 4 2 weeks ago, and then last week for week 9, it dropped down to 6, and then now this week it's 7. So that's crazy. A lot of anime has been fluctuating quite a bit, and now with the new resurgence of 86, it's like boom, it's just instantly hit number 1, which, I mean, that's super cool. If it's starting off this hot, then I think it is.
Well, it's
messing
for
up
sure
everything else that's been airing.
Yeah, but it's for sure pretty hyped. I mean, when it was airing beforehand, before it kind of went on this small break, it was up there, like in the top, for sure top 5, if not top 3. Like it was sitting up there in these anime rankings, for Anime Corner specifically. So, I'm not surprised. It does. There is a lot of hype behind it. Apparently, it's the second season or like part 2 really took it to the next level. Like season 1 did a lot of setup, a lot of kind of like the groundwork, and then season 2 really like took off and really like they're doing some pretty cool shit. Apparently, I haven't seen any of it because I'm not a big fan of mechs, but
yeah, I thought it was kind of an okay mech anime during the first season, and I dropped it, and then I don't know, I've been hearing like a lot of hype for it, and it's been getting like, apparently it did get nominated for a lot of like top stuff in the Crunchyroll thing.
Yeah, apparently season 2 is really, really knocking out of the park right now. So, or it has been.
Might have to catch up. But that is the week 10 rankings. Are we surprised? Are we not surprised? I mean, this new entry of 86 instantly hit number 1, over something as big as Attack on Titan's final season.
I'm surprised. I didn't know that 86 was coming back, so that did surprise me overall. So yes and no. I guess because it's new. Attack on Titan, they're kind of like in a weird spot right now, and I guess we'll talk about it a little bit more when we talk about the episodes. But they're kind of like in a weird spot. Like the whole narrative kind of shift went into a different direction. So I could see people kind of being iffy with Attack on Titan right now.
Yeah.
I just feel like with 86 now, like just starting up, I just feel like it's messing up the rankings of the other anime. So like technically, let's say 86 wasn't out yet. Attack on Titan, I feel like would still probably be in the number 1 spot. I feel like just everything would have moved up. I feel like they kind of just, I don't know. I feel for the other anime.
I can see that.
Yeah, and but also no, because Demon Slayer did the exact same thing, except that was on the
this is
later
true.
end of like the anime. So it's like it's just a weird
how it is.
release time
Mhm.
window. It's just like, why? I don't know. Sometimes they have the reasons, like where they're like, hey, we have to push
Yeah.
back the release date because of COVID reasons or whatever reasons, health reasons. And then other times it's just like, hey, we just decided to, I don't know, start at the very end of a
This is
season. It's just
true.
like, why? But yeah, I feel like, well, I think the real standing for 86 will probably come out next week. For like the week 11 charts, only because like and I mean we can kind of roll into it from here, but like the Attack on
Mhm.
Titan episode 11, I feel like it started to pick up. I don't think I'm like, I don't want to say that you guys like love this episode because I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like I'm like, cool, we're finally taking a first step towards like the good shit, because like I know they've been world building the past 3 weeks and like kind of giving us backstory and giving us like a better perspective on like both sides, both the Marley and the Eldian slash like Paradise side. They're like, hey, this is how everybody feels currently, but we got to band together and
Right.
fight the common evil. Um but yeah, like I just feel like we're finally getting to the point where we're gonna see some action, or see more that we
Mhm.
actually want to see. And they kind of
Mhm.
did a glimpse at like, hey, we're gonna see more of Aaron next week. So,
Yeah,
which
they
is
did.
my guess is like that's what everybody wants to see. I mean, I
Yeah,
know that's what I want to see.
but I feel
So,
like I kind of want to give them props for that because well, in general, Attack on Titan, if I feel like it's gonna hit, I feel like it is gonna hit its landing, and if it does, I feel like this is gonna be one of the best anime ever, just
mm,
because of just the way that it started to where it's now. You rarely get where the main character, especially with a shonen, ends up becoming the bad guy at the end, which is it's
mhm,
fucking rare to ever see, and I feel they're doing it amazingly, especially to the point where like, okay, Aaron is for sure the bad guy here, and the second like they for sure made that statement, hey, Aaron's the bad guy, you haven't seen him since then. Ever since he set the rumbling off, he's been gone. He has not
Mhm.
had a second on screen, which is great because now they're really making him feel like this presence is like this threat, right? Like,
mhm,
what's the most scariest thing out there is what's the unknown, or what you don't know what's out there, right? Like that's why
mm,
the dark is such a scary thing because you don't know what the fuck's in front of you, right? I feel like it's kind of going down the same path as that, right? So like, Aaron's not. We don't know what Aaron is. We don't know what Aaron's up to, but like, he's for sure ready to fuck up the whole world, you know. And the cool thing is that like they in a sense they're kind of like flipping the whole shonen main character on its head because
mhm,
Aaron is still sticking to what he believes, right? He's
Mhm.
doing this because he wants to save his friends, he wants freedom, he wants revenge, he wants everything that he wanted from season 1. It's still what he wants now, but the path he's taking is a path that not everyone will be okay with, which is
mhm,
genocide, killing the whole
Genocide.
world,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
mhm,
it's really cool to see, like, hey, we have characters like Naruto, we have characters like Ichigo, where like they're the good guys, and they'll do everything to save be the moral guideline of everyone. And here's Aaron's like, no, fuck it, I want what I want, and I'll save the people who I care about. Everybody's
Mhm.
go fuck themselves. It's really fucking cool what they're doing. I really like what they're doing here.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm more in the minority with these past episodes. Like I like what they're doing. I like the whole setup thing. I like how they said, okay, Aaron's a bad guy. Now we're following the scouts, Mikasa and them, and they're trying to stop Aaron. Like they literally switched them. They did what I said they're gonna do years ago when I said Mikasa was gonna become the main character. They flipped it. Aaron's not the main character anymore. The scouts are the main character now. They're the
mhm.
protagonists now. Aaron's the bad guy now. Now we're following them trying to
Yeah, it's
stop.
definitely like the Armin and Mikasa show now.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Mikasa went off in this episode. She was a fucking badass
She's
episode.
she's
The
amazing
action was,
always.
yeah, the action was fucking great. I really liked
Mhm.
everything. We got to see Falco in his Titan form. He looked badass. I like how he changes. Not It doesn't look like the other guy. Just a really good episode. I liked that he got into the action, got into the hype, and like the cool thing is that like the really thing I like about Attack on Titan is that like when they get into a problem, get into a scenario or whatever, it actually feels like it's heavy. It actually feels like it's an actual problem. When they were saying, when they were talking about like, oh, this certain town or this certain part of the country, the Romans going to get there no matter what. It does, even if we stop Eren, there's certain amount of people are already going to die. Like just because there's not enough time to stop them. And I actually believed it. Like I actually felt like, hey, yeah, they're not joking. People are going to, yeah, a lot of people are going to fucking die. So like, I love what they're doing with Attack on Titan. It feels heavy. It actually feels like there's actual consequences to what's happening. I'm loving the fuck out of this show. I can't wait to see it. If they just please anime gods, do not fuck up this ending, because if they do, this would seriously be in my minimum top 3 of the best anime I've ever fucking seen. They're not.
Can I ask you, like, what's them fucking up the ending?
I don't know.
Like, what's the
like,
ending?
I don't want to. Okay, so like there's a long time ago, guys. Back in the day, this was an anime called Code Geass, and Code Geass.
I've heard.
Yeah, so Code Geass. Spoilers. Code Geass. The main character, his name was Zero. He had a power where he could control people's minds or whatever. He became the enemy of the world. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take over the world. I'm gonna become I'm the crazy bad guy, and I'm gonna become the ruler of the world." And at the end, it did the twist of like, "Hey, he did this so he could unite the world, and everybody could be like, hey, it's all band together and stop him. And hey, look what we could achieve, because we're all united as, you know, together as one. You know, I don't want that. I don't want Eren to at the end be like, hey, I did this so everybody could be friends again, and like, hey, I had to be the martyr. I'm the bad guy here, guys. I did it for you guys. Fuck that. I don't want that. I want Eren to be a straight up bad guy. He wants what he wants. He wants genocide. Don't pussy out. You're going 100% in. Don't back out. Like, that's what I want.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That was very
nice, very nice, very passionate.
He was very passionate about it. We'll take that.
Yeah, because it was a cool twist when I signed Code Geass, but I'm like, no, fuck that. I don't want that here. I would get pretty mad if they do that here. I want Eren to be straight up the bad guy here.
Yeah, I feel that.
Sorry, I just wanted to clip that.
Okay. If Eren succeeds, which I feel like he's not going, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna stop Eren. But even if he does succeed, I have to give them respect to even go to that level. Like, say, hey, fuck it, he got away with it, you know.
Well, I mean, he, like, even at this point in the show,
he's already kind of
killed.
Yeah.
He's already succeeded. I don't know if he's gonna live to the very end, but he's doing what he said he was gonna do. It's happening. That's true. Can't take it back, you know.
Oh yeah, he did say he was gonna cause the rumbling. It's already happening, baby. That's already going.
It's like he achieved this goal, and now he's trying to.
This is victory lap at
this
point.
It's victory lap, right? Destroy the rest of the world.
Marley, keep it going,
exactly.
Baby.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, Renee. I mean, you definitely heard me and Rafa kind of go off a lot about like what we thought about this episode. But like, if you have anything else to add onto it, feel free.
Are we? So we're talking about like the latest episode?
Yeah.
I just talked in general of everything that we.
Yeah, I mean, I would, I know the show's pacing definitely, like, these last couple of episodes have definitely been a lot more. The pacing was very slow. Now it's shifted to like focusing on Arm and Mikasa and like Reiner and Annie. Everyone kind of getting together, and now they're trying to go about taking down Eren. At first, I once again, this show was going in for a long time, and then like once these episodes kind of came, it's like, oh shoot, like, oh wait, I gotta like take a step back. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think, Rafa, like you said, like it just made it just a little bit more real, like this world, like, here, this is going on. We now gotta just kind of pick up the pieces. We gotta figure out what's our next step. And you see Mikasa and Armin just trying to figure out what's the next thing to do. Cause Eren's just fucking shit up. So, I feel like, episode 12, we definitely got a little bit more action, seeing Falco's, transformation into the Jaw Titan. I love seeing Annie, back in.
It's so good to see more Annie.
Yes.
Yeah, because she was gone through the whole show.
She was gone for like, I don't know how many seasons. And to see her fighting, with Reiner and seeing him like kind of like protect her in some of those fight scenes, just to show like just the, they're, they go far back. It's really nice to see. and it's just it's a sad. I mean, this stuff is dark. Mikasa, Armin, Connie killing like just friends, who are in the scouts.
I was so tough.
So, and you feel it. They're not happy. They were trying to prevent any sort of killing.
They did not want to kill them.
And it's heartbreaking. So the show, even though we're not getting all this like crazy action right at this moment, there's still a lot of stuff unfolding, and you still really feel it. It's heavy. I mean, I'm still really enjoying Attack on Titan. It being the final season, you're starting to feel, you're definitely at the end of it. You went through all this, and now this is all kind of, coming together. So yeah, I'm excited to see. I mean, you guys said that we might see Eren. Well, yeah, we'll see Eren's what he's been up to. Hopefully next episode. Yeah, I kind of just want to see what happens. I don't really know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Quick question: Is Gabby redeemed because she kind of did save the ship?
Nah, man. All my homies hate Gabby.
No. Okay, fuck Gabby. She kind of saved the day.
I don't hate her. Shit. I don't hate her anymore.
And she clearly saw her
supremacy.
And she kind of saw her ways. She feels remorse, or she feels bad what she did and everything.
No.
Also, shout out to.
And she
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say she like made amends with like Sasha's family and sisters.
Right.
So I feel like she's. No? Okay.
She saved the ship. I have to give her that. You gotta give her that. She saved the fucking ship.
I'll give her the rose that's dying. Here you go. Here's your flower.
Also, shout out to the Marley officer and the other guy. They blew up the other ship. That was that was a badass moment.
That's crazy though, because like those two were like big staples in like the armies, and then they were against each other this entire time.
Yeah.
At the very end, they're like, "Yo, what's your name? Yeah, what's your name? Hey, respect, brother."
Yeah, and that was such a badass moment.
That
was such a badass moment. What a way to go.
Did Flock die? Because
I think he did.
No,
I don't think he did. I'm pretty sure he got wounded and fell into the water, but I don't think he's dead.
Oh, I hope he drowned.
But I want him to be dead.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
Flock.
hate him. I hate him so much.
He's the worst.
Oh man, I'd be so upset if he just reappears.
Yo, what up, baby? I'm not dead. I'm back. Yeah, it's just like, dude, shut up, die. But yeah, we're all excited for episode 12. We can't wait to see more Eren. We're finally getting to see the main villain of the anime, essentially. And yeah, man. Rafa gave us his prediction on the ending. We'll see in a few episodes if it's true or not. I think there's 13 episodes total, maybe more. I forget how many episodes there were for the ending. However, we know that this is the 11th. So we technically have 2 or 3 more episodes.
Isn't this the episode that's going to be longer or something like that?
So that's what I was getting to. Yeah. So it's like no, you're fine. Like the final episode allegedly is going to be longer. However, will they pull a Demon Slayer longer is the scary part, because essentially they said, hey, Demon Slayer last episode is going to be 45 minutes. But in reality, it was like 32, 33 because it's 45 minutes of airtime when it officially airs in Japan. So it's like, hey, we still got to include the commercials and extra shit in there. So a lot of people are clamoring, especially on the internet and like anime fans in general, are like, hey, give us a true extended 45 minutes, hour-long episode. Don't give us hey, it's technically an hour time slot, but you're really getting 45 minutes, 35 minutes, whatever, some stupid time like that. So I, for one, and I'm pretty sure all of us can agree, we're all hoping for an actual allotted hour or 45 minutes or whatever, an extended version of the episode, especially because it is the actual ending. So we'll see.
I don't know if that episode is coming out next weekend. I think is that the episode that got pushed back a week?
Yeah, it's definitely an episode that got pushed back a week. I don't know if it's next week's though.
Oh, okay. I know that's up like.
I feel like it's episode 13 because we did get like the ending. Remember how it's like, hey, you're gonna see more of Eren. It might be like a little flashback before the final episode. So, I hope that's the case. Well, actually, how would it? Well, would we want for like a little like mini recap before the end? Is that something we would actually really want to see? Yeah, I don't know. I would kind of want a mix of recap plus like development towards the end. I feel like I would want that more development towards the end. Please, more
I
development.
agree.
But besides that, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But that's that. We're excited for episode 12, and we'll see how the story continues. However, it's time to move on to something that, man, it made my heart doki doki, Rafa. Uh,
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Joel.
my
Yes,
dress up darling,
sir.
episode 11. My goodness, they gotta stop.
They
I'm gonna
got
use
me.
this term.
They got
They
me,
gotta
bro.
stop blue balling me, man. This is
I'm
not
telling you. I'm
okay.
fucking telling you. This is the shit this is the shit that pisses me the fuck off. This is the shit I'm talking about, Renee. When I was saying, hey, don't expect horror Mia every single time, because this is the shit they do. This is
You
textbook.
you
And
told me that. You told me that, and watching this show, I was like, "What? Rafa's right."
yeah,
And then this episode happened. I'm like, "Oh wait, is Rafa wrong?" And then it was
I
like, "Ah, shit."
And then
and
phone
the thing
call.
is,
Yeah.
I literally paused with the second that scene ended, and nothing happened. I paused the episode and I said, "What the fuck?" I literally yelled out loud to myself, because like I've been through this 1,001 times. I've been here
Got you.
where I'm so jaded where I can see it coming. Like, they're not gonna do it. Something's gonna interrupt them. A friend's gonna walk in. Someone's gonna get a phone call. They're gonna hit. There's someone gonna like some slap comedy things gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I already know this. But this fucking episode got to me. I was like, they're not gonna do it. They're actually gonna do it. They're actually gonna like what's gonna interrupt them? Like, she's on his fucking lap. They're legit about to fuck. It's gonna fucking happen. It's gonna. And then the phone call, and I'm like, fuck you, you
But
fucking
doesn't
got
that
me.
mean that you're like that into the anime, that
Yes,
you love
that
the
and
anime
that's
that much that
and
you
that
that they
I
got you?
guess.
yes, and that's exactly what it means. Is that like they they're selling me on this show so fucking well that even I have like my firewall of anime dumbass tropes was taken down. Like, they got to me. They somehow got to me, where I normally I'm like, okay, I shouldn't get hyped for this because nothing's gonna happen. I was so fucking hyped. My heart was racing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, please, just fucking kiss. Just do it, please. Just fucking kiss. And they didn't do it. And I was just like, dude, I hate this show, but I love it at the same time. Like, I was just like, fuck.
Well, I was gonna
Fuck.
ask you guys, like, is you guys seen a lot more like of these like romance type anime? Like, was this like, is this not something that happens usually?
This
I
happens
mean,
all the
granted,
time.
Yes
okay,
and
so
no.
they didn't do anything like, I don't know, they didn't
This
do
happens all
anything
the time.
different.
No.
Okay.
No.
So like the suspenseful, like, it didn't happen, is it gonna happen? That happens a lot of the time. However,
Happens
and I
all
think
the time.
Rafa can agree with me. Like, this show is moving significantly faster than the normal amount of shows that are kind of like that, because like you don't usually get the main character or the main girl like admitting her love for the main guy this quickly. Like, you don't get like all these little cutesy scenes like this, like at least this many cutesy scenes like very often. You also don't really get the main guy really like being bold,
Man
um
had an erection.
like Gojo was.
They
Yeah,
straight
that too.
animated him in
Woo!
his
Yeah,
erection.
yeah,
I
I
was
was
like,
just
you
like,
don't. I was
yo,
like, yo.
yo.
But like, yeah, I'm saying that you don't.
well,
But
like,
even Rafa can agree, you don't see that
Yeah.
often.
No.
You really
What
don't.
so the thing
okay.
is, for the most part, it's like, it's either the girl does like the guy and the guy's a fucking idiot and he doesn't like see it, because that's like the trope.
Mhm.
The guy never notices the love from the girl, but the girl's too shy to like kind of express it, so that she just kind of just thinks it to herself or whatever shit like that. The cool thing with this is that Maureen, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
She actually kind of like fangirls out, and she kind of just like gets embarrassed and kind of like cheeses out, which is cool. You don't see that often. It's really cool to see. It feels like an actual person who has a crush on someone type shit. You know, it's pretty cool to see, and you can tell Gojo also is starting to get feelings for her too. Like, there's that connection there, especially after this episode, right? Like, there you can tell
Mhm.
like
100%.
they just have to kind of talk about it like in person, and like shit, it's all set, right? But yeah, it's just it sucks, because like this is the same trope that we see every single time with a lot of these shows. they hang out all the time. They're practically dating, but it's not stated. And they get themselves in scenarios. They're not as spicy as this scenario they were themselves in, but like
Definitely not.
or like, but like someone bumps into one of them, they're like this, like they're about to kiss, and their faces like this close to each other, or they're about to hold hands, or some whatever dumbass reason they're about to like express their love, and then some dumb shit comes along and interrupts them, like taking that next step. It's a trope that is fucking. I hate it.
Overplayed,
It's
overdone.
over fucking
Stop
played.
doing it.
That's why people loved horror. That's why horror movies is beloved, and people like worship this show because like they said, "Yo, fuck all that shit. Let's actually get them together and just have a legit romance anime." And so I don't know. They need to get if they don't get together, I'm going to be upset, and I'm gonna.
I think it's gonna happen eventually, but it's not gonna happen this season. You know what I mean?
Oh, damn.
I don't like next week is the last episode. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening.
There has to be at least a confession, bro. I had at least a confession. If
I would be happy with a kiss, a confession, something.
Like at least something. Like, please do not rent a girlfriend us right now, because if they do that, I'm gonna be upset.
Oh my
rent a
God,
girlfriend was on some bullshit when they did that shit.
Rafa, I was literally just telling Renee before you joined. It took 228 chapters. I'm gonna spoil it. To finally have Mizuhara and Kazuya kiss.
Fuck that.
228 chapters.
Fuck that. I saw a whole...
And she admitted her feelings for him, too. She's like, you know what? This entire time, I was a rental girlfriend. I'm so sorry for lying to all these people. But after all this time, I finally can accept and admit that I've been developing feelings for him. And I actually feel like his real girlfriend. And then that's when, they kiss or whatever. And I'm just like, wow, this is awesome. Except why 228 fucking chapters? Also, sorry for anybody who's reading manga.
Yeah.
Like, I spoiled that for you, but whatever.
I saw this video essay. This guy, he did like a 40-minute video essay, and he broke down why the Rental Girlfriend manga is complete dog shit.
It's pretty trash. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
but I like it.
His main reason is because the trope that we're talking about right now, they do that shit nonstop with Rental Girlfriend, apparently. Like, the whole thing of like the whole teasing of like, oh, they're gonna get together, and then like, oh, they don't get together, and then they kind of like reset the whole trope again. I don't know. It's just Renee, you started off the best like
top
good
tier.
good luck from here on out, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm surprised that I am liking the show as much as I do. I mean, yeah, there's times where like I get uncomfortable with like the fan service stuff, and I don't think that's like. I'm not going to get over that until I watch, I don't know how many other kinds of shows or whatever. But I felt this episode, I was like, whoa. Like, I think I was watching it before I went to bed. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm yelling, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I really.
I was like banging on the desk,
Whoa.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see some action. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not prepared for this. But I was ready. Like, I wanted, oh my God. But yeah, I felt it.
Yeah, that's they got us. They bamboozled us.
They really did.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm at the point where it's like I'm ready for this episode 12 to air so I can just start reading the manga. I was telling this for Renee too. I was like, look, I don't really care, bro. I'm impatient. I want to see some fucking like something, so like I just want to read the manga, like just get ahead of myself and just start like reading that shit and then be excited to watch it in anime form. Like, oh my God, dude,
like if you do,
so good.
Let me know if they do get together, because they don't do it, I might just have to call it quits.
There's 74 chapters in, and from what I heard it's still ongoing, so I don't know, we'll see, but I really hope that it's like we see like their beginning stages of dating, you know what I mean, like just something.
That'd be cool.
Just make it official.
Please.
But yeah, I mean, hey, looks like we're all excited for episode 12. We're expecting something big to happen.
I need something
for the ending of the season, and so that's where we're at with that. I'm praying. I need.
Because if I don't get it, Hector, I don't know, man. Because
I'm about to break something.
Because I gave Ren a girlfriend a pass with their bullshit ending. I don't know if I can do it again, Hector. I've been hurt too many times, bro. I've been hurt.
So, I have a confession to make. We're gonna continue off from here next week. But I completely forgot it was my turn for anime swap.
Ooh.
So
I have one for you guys. I can.
I'm about to say it. We can skip my week and go straight to Rafa, and then next week I'll go.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
Terrible.
Awesome. Terrible.
Awful.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But we have to react to Renee's pick from last week, which was Mushishi. And considering Rafa had already started to talk about it within our group chat, Rafa, what did you think of Mushishi?
So first of all, by the way, first season it's not a Crunchyroll. You have to go on Funimation to watch the first season.
Okay.
For whatever reason, it's not a Crunchyroll. They have the second season, but the first season's not on there. I watched the first 3 episodes and I really enjoy this show. This show is completely different from anything I've seen, especially recently. So it deals with, you know, like, I don't know, it has a cool interpretation of like ghosts and like spirits and like the supernatural type thing, because like the way they explain is like, hey, they're not really ghosts, that's what people perceive as them, but they're just life forms that they're so small that the normal person can't really see them. You know, that's the way that they explained it. So like there's us humans and animals and plants and shit like that, and like the lower you go on, like on the life form bar, I guess, that's when you get like these guys, the Mushis, like at the bottom. So like they're life forms, but they're like barely life forms, right? And I've saw the first 3 episodes. It doesn't look like there's a main story. Like each episode, it's a standalone story, and it's the Mushi guy, the main guy. I forgot his name, but he kind of just goes out and he helps the person, whoever they're helping out that episode. You know, the first one was a kid who whatever he drew with his hand would come to life, right? Like his little characters would get out of the paper, start running around and shit, and there was like a ghost involved with that one. The second one for me was my favorite episode, was the girl who lost her eyesight because there were like the Mushi were here in her eyes. The third episode was this kid who lost his hearing. So like it's mysterious. There's this uncanny feeling with this show because you don't know what these like. You don't know the lore of the story. You kind of learn it through the episodes where the Mushi guy comes in and kind of explains it, like, oh, well, this is happening. Well, most likely it's because of this. And you kind of see him trying to figure out how to solve the problem for these people, right? It's really fucking cool. It's slow paced. For the most part, it's very slow paced. There's a lot of talking. But it's dialogue that like gets your attention because it's explaining the world and the lore of like what these Mushi, what these little ghost dudes are and how they work and stuff like that. And the way they explain it, it doesn't sound like, oh, what's a ghost? It's haunting you. It's more like, well, this living organism, this Mushi works this way, and this is how they feed off, you know, and this is how they work in the ecosystem. And you know, like there's this one where it thrives off sound, so like it eats sound, as you can say, right? So like it's almost like they're taking the idea of ghosts and kind of giving it an actual purpose, I guess you could say. It's not just like a supernatural thing. It's like, hey, this is just the thing that just lives in our world, and they have their own rules and their own things that they follow. You know, just like how a dog does dog things. You know, like it was really interesting. I really liked it a lot. When the action picked up, it picked up pretty quickly. But you don't see him running around punching shit and shit like that. Like he has ways to. He's kind of like an exorcist, I guess you can say, if I would like to compare it to anything. Like he has his ways to solve these problems, and you don't see him like out here uppercutting like ghosts and shit like that. You know, like he has his solutions, and then and on episode 3, he didn't even know how to solve that problem. He had to figure it out. Like, hey, like the other 2 episodes, like, oh, I kind of know what's happening here. Episode 3 is like, hey, this is new. I don't know what the fuck's happening here. Like, I have to figure this shit out. It's really good, cool shit. I liked it a lot. It's completely different. I just the lore, the backstory, and then also like it kind of has like this melancholy feel about it. Like it's kind of relaxed and kind of chilled out, but at the same time, it's kind of sad and it's kind of scary at the same time because some of the stuff like that these kids kind of fall into with these like curses, I guess you can call them. it's like everyday shit that could happen to anyone, and it kind of has like this mysterious feeling of like this could happen to you in a weird way type shit. Like it's really cool. It's a very the atmosphere that this anime puts off is top tier. So I loved it.
Wow, you sold it. I'm gonna watch.
So
I haven't seen it. This was you guys are my guinea pigs. But I heard good things, and it had really high ratings, so I thought it was definitely worth watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rafa pretty much explained like everything I probably would have said.
Sounds awesome.
Looks like Rafa
really good.
loved it way more than I did. I'm not saying it's. I thought it was pretty good. But I kind of realized it's not really an anime for me. Like it's not really what I would prefer for. But I mean, I enjoyed the 3 episodes that I watched. Like I wouldn't say it's a bad anime at all. Like I could get why Rafa likes it as much as he does, and I'm pretty sure you would like it too. Yeah. I mean, cool. For me, it's just not an anime for me. But I still thought it was good. So yeah, like I would go more in depth, but like I said, Rafa pretty much just explained the whole anime.
Yeah, I did.
He covered it. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this week it won't be me. Next week it will be me, and then we'll go back to the regular order. However, Rafa, what do you have for us for next week?
So what I have for you guys is a show that I always bring up every week, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna make you guys watch it. Is a guy who got reincarnated as a fancy knockout. I want both of you guys to watch it. You know, this season's kind of been a lot of misses. I feel like this is actually decent anime for this season. I want to see what you guys think about it, so I want you guys to check that one out.
What's it called again?
A guy who got reincarnated as a fantasy knockout.
Okay.
It's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Well, yeah. You will see our reaction to it next week. I hope we enjoy it. From what I've heard, it's from you at least, it's good. But yeah, everybody. So with that being said, we've reached the end of our episode. We are officially back on Geek Jar Podcast, recording for you guys, talking about anime. I know you missed us. We missed you. I swear, I promise. But just keep an eye out on the Twitters, on everything else for anything that we'll be talking about, and how the podcasting is going to go from here on out. But yeah, with that being said, final shout out is going to be going out right now. We'll start off with Renee.
Yeah, so just want to give a quick shout out to Artist and Gamer Shop. It's an Etsy shop that me and Alex had created, and we make art and gaming inspired mugs and decor. So I know I've been saying this every time. You know, life's been happening, so I haven't had a chance to work on anything new. But like all the designs that you guys see, like I've created, that me and Alex had, worked together on them. But we have a lot of great stuff on our site, on our Etsy shop. So definitely check us out if you haven't. So yeah.
Go ahead, Rafa. Go ahead.
We also have the Playing Pod video game podcast over there in Geek Jar. Go check it out. A lot of good stuff on there. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. It's John, Hector, and myself, and we also all stream on Twitch. John, Hector, and myself, we're all variety streamers. Muffin Boy 23 for John, Ultra_V-Man for Hector, Rafa Bot Gaming for myself, and Renee also does art streams on Twitch. So if you wanna hang out with us specifically, with one person more than the other, on Twitch, you can go find us on there. So yeah, good stuff.
Maybe we could potentially see an Animal Crossing stream from Renee.
Or Fortnite, baby.
All right, okay. So never that.
Thanks. No, good.
Rafa, you're ruining our chances for a what is it, Animal Crossing stream? Stop it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're very excited to be back. Anime is going to be back, trust, especially next week. We're excited for it as well. Next week. But yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.